Welcome to The Divide with Mike and Corey, two diehard baseball fans who don't agree on anything. Which side will you choose?
Welcome
This
to The Divide.
is The Divide.
With Mike and Corey.
That's your boy Todd Frazier.
Hey guys, I'm Julie Stewart-Banks.
Hey, what's up? This is Cliff Floyd. You can catch me on The Divide.
You can catch me on The Divide on Fox Sports The Gambler.
Hopefully our disagreements one day bring us all together.
So stupid. So corny. And so stupid. I hope our disagreements bring us together.
Yeah, I do. This is The Divide.
And here we are, everybody. Welcome to The Divide live on Fox Sports The Gambler, 102.5 Philly, 104.1 Trenton. What's going on here? We take a week off. We got more tchotchkes on this desk here. This is like the TGI Fridays equivalent
It's like
of
Flair.
a show here.
It's like
It's
Flair.
You
don't like it.
I like the PC Richards mugs. Those are, but the other stuff it's too much.
What I could share is Jerm was in town for the last couple weeks.
He was. I remember seeing him.
Yeah, we've been in the lab brainstorming. They said they missed the red grass. Red grass. I'm colorblind, people, so if you don't know that, yeah, but I'm told it's green. They missed the green grass and all that other stuff. And it sounds like you're pretty much like,
Oh, who cares?
Yeah.
No. It's he moved in. Our lighting looks good. We
It
sound
looks great. Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Shout out to him, but get rid of all this stuff on the desk. Get out of here.
It was funny though. Yesterday was his last day here, and
Mhm.
at 4:30 in the morning, the fire alarm went off. Like our
Really?
yeah, never felt safer in my life. And I popped out of bed, and two things. One, if you don't follow to give us a shot network, do it. Germ's a big dude. So I've never felt more safe, but also less manly. Like when you meet him in the hallway and he's like out, like just he's taking apart fire, like he's checking everywhere. Like he was in his moment, and I was so proud. Ty slept over too last night. He didn't even move.
He's like, if I burn, I burn, man. It is what it is. So we took a week off. We had some fun. We had a little network.
Yeah.
4th of July. It was awesome. I know the stuff about sports guys and yourself did a show. I had to go play daddy. I wasn't able to weigh in. I know they talked about Joey Chestnuts and all that. We had an argument upstairs about because his net worth is like 2.4 million. And I'm like, no way. It's not worth it.
Yeah.
And of course, Bert was like, you mean to tell me that if someone were to give you 2.4 million, I'm like, that's not the argument, man. That's that's all of his, that's his house. That's everything for a guy that eats like the amount of calories I eat in a year, he eats it in a week. So anyway, let's get to some sports because we missed a lot. First, let's talk with the most recent, and let's talk with the season at a professional team that nobody really cares about, the Philadelphia Flyers. Huge rebuild going on with the Flyers.
Huge.
They're making headlines everywhere, and they should. This is supposed to be the, quote, destination team for a lot of free agents for this rebuild. Well, the Flyers' social media, we're going to call him a kid, whoever this is.
He sounds like a kid.
Had a big mishap. There was a Zoom interview with the press. They were interviewing the newest member of the Flyers, Garnett Hathaway. Came from the Capitals. Good player, seasoned vet.
Yeah.
So it should be exciting for them. So what basically happened, and we can't play the clip because there's some cursing, but it looks like the Flyers social media kid team, whoever runs it or used to run it, I should say, is recording the Zoom interview questions like with his phone on his computer instead of just recording it on his computer, which is I don't understand either.
Sense, yeah.
Anyway, so he's recording. A reporter asks a question. He says while he's recording with his phone, how many times is she going to ask this effing question?
Yeah.
And then you can hear who I can only imagine is his wife or his girlfriend in the back going, no, the Flyers suck anyway. I don't know. And then they tweeted that video.
Why?
Like it was the wrong video or something. Dude, I don't know. Jonesy was mad. He had to get a whole statement out saying, we don't condone this. We're extremely embarrassed. We're going to take a good look. That kid's fired no matter what.
No, he's done.
But it's just so like, what are you thinking?
Yeah. The only thing that I loved when the Mr. Met flipped off the math, they were like, yeah, we're probably not gonna fire him.
Yeah, well, that's
I like
different
that.
too. That's that's
Yeah.
like a nice photo, good publicity. Like someone's
Is
haggling
it?
somebody.
Is it?
This is like you're making fun of members of the media,
Yeah.
which we do, but at the same time, it's like, look, the media is what supports your organization, and
Yeah.
you're technically on that. You're a part of the media. If you're running social media,
Yeah,
guess
you
what?
should
You're a
double
member
check.
of the media, you idiots.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, he's gone. He's fired.
gone.
He is no longer there.
Oh,
I just
man.
can't. It's funny because I think, and I could be wrong for this, I think like anybody that's in a social media position is going to be our age or younger.
Yeah,
Probably
fair.
younger,
Yeah,
to be honest with
right.
you, because these, let's face it, the kids today, and I'm talking when I say kids, 20-year-olds,
No.
they can go in and out of social media in between different accounts like it's nothing.
Oh yeah.
You know,
it's pretty good.
But this is the same type of mistake that stupid kids make.
I'm just laughing because I'm doing a lot of social media stuff with my company, and you're just like,
Yeah, but you're not
maybe they
making-
should hire somebody younger.
But
No, I know.
no,
No,
you're
look,
like,
it's
if anything, I'm making the opposite
right,
argument
right.
because
No, I get
you got
that. Yeah.
idiot kids.
I'm young
that are
at heart.
just- You are young at heart, and I'm young at fart.
Right. I was
Oh,
like,
man.
Corey
Speaking
and I
of-
were talking about things we post and stuff, and he's like, yeah, I wouldn't have posted that. I was like, actually, you wouldn't have posted anything,
That's
but go
true.
on.
I don't have any. I
You're
don't
like,
know.
There's some things I'm
No
like, I
lines.
wouldn't post that. I was like, you wouldn't post anything.
No, man, I'm terrible with
I'm
it.
just teasing.
But you're young at heart. Speaking of young at heart,
Not really, Corey.
yes, really, A-Rod. Next week, can you believe the
Uh,
2 blockbuster movies that are going head to head that it's getting released
Yeah.
next week? Oppenheimer,
yeah,
of course.
Oppenheimer. Yeah,
It's not Oppenheimer. It's
no,
Oppenheimer.
Yeah, dude. I thought your dad's probably gonna hit you when he sees you.
Well, listen.
Oppenheimer.
It's-
Oppenheimer.
All right, listen.
Now you got me all messed up.
Well, the
Potato,
Germans will say
potato.
Oppenheimer.
Yeah.
I'll say Oppenheimer. Tomato, tomato. Man.
Oppenheimer.
Tomato, tomato. Oppenheimer. I'm still saying Oppenheimer. I don't care.
And Barbie.
Barbie. Barbie.
Well, have
On
you-
the same day.
Yeah. Have you heard people are gonna double feature them?
Are they really? So Christopher Nolan's pissed. Did you hear about this?
No.
Christopher Nolan, director of Oppenheimer,
And Batman.
in Batman, is fuming. First of all, Oppenheimer's a Universal film. Barbie is a Warner Bros.
It's
flick.
definitely Oppenheimer.
It's Oppenheimer. Why'd you
You
say
said
Oppenheimer?
Open.
I don't know, man. You're big with the German history
I
and all
know.
that.
All
I
right,
got
go ahead. Well, it's like the first time I had you on Powers Parlay, and you accidentally we're just reading your notes, and you're like, "In German's pitching tonight," instead of saying Herman.
Oh, Herman, yeah, dude.
But you were also getting Rita's ice with your pregnant wife.
There's a
while
lot going
the
on,
phone.
man.
Yeah.
A lot going on. And then when I called for the first 4 minutes I talked to you guys, Jansen didn't let me know that we weren't on air.
Break. You're like,
So I'm
"Great
just
to be
trying
here,
to be so
guys."
professional.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, we'll get on air in a couple minutes. I'm like, we're not on air right now.
I just gave you some gold.
Anyway, 2 blockbusters, 2 different studios. You got Warner Bros. For Barbie, who Nolan used to work for. So
Yeah.
he's pissed
DC.
because Warner Bros. Decided to release this movie the same day as Oppenheimer. And I'm like, what do you got to be pissed for? First of all,
2 different demos.
but I have a feeling, and only in this country,
Yeah.
we're really gonna find out who cares about a
He-
flick with great. Have you seen the lineup for
Yeah,
Oppenheimer?
it's sick.
the
It's sick.
the amount of actors, it's just
Nuts.
A-listers.
Yeah.
Damon, Downey Jr.
No.
What's her name? Emily Blunt, I think, is
Mhm.
also in it. Just
The Scarecrow or what's his
and then
name?
you have
Peaky Blinders.
Barbie with Margot Robbie and Ryan Gosling.
Well, also John Cena makes a thing in there.
Oh, Will
was
Ferrell,
told.
I think, is
Will
in it,
Ferrell's
too.
in there too. They're
All
like, yeah,
right, you're making a good
we
argument.
never kid
You're
about
making a
Ken.
good argument.
I love that people are gonna double feature this. And I was doing the Bachelorette watch party with Q102 on Monday,
yeah.
and that's all those ladies would talk about.
So
is,
what are
like,
they seeing first?
I think
like-
they go Barbie.
You're
and
going
then-
Barbie first?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I guess also getting shell shocked about talking about the atomic bomb the entire time. Like, do you go Oppenheimer, or Barbie first? Which would you do?
Oh man, see, at first, if you were to ask me gun to my head, I'd say Oppenheimer first,
Mm.
and then
sleep through Barbie
No, and then just like a little bit more of a relax. Let's forget about the horrible, true
event.
that happened into something with Margot Robbie and I can enjoy. But now I kind of think the way you just said that before, it makes me think that maybe I wouldn't enjoy Barbie if I did watch Oppenheimer first.
Right.
Like enjoy, like live carefree, and then
Yeah.
you
Also,
know what I
as a
mean? It's
kid,
like that period of time when you get tested for an STD
Yeah.
and when you get the actual results.
Oh my God.
You know what I mean?
No, I don't
Like you
know.
live carefree and then the truth hits you.
No, like I also I like to like as a kid I would eat my veggies first just to get them out of the way.
You're a psycho.
Yeah, and then I'd savor the rest of it.
All right.
You know?
I mean, so good. You're a bad news first kind of guy.
I guess not really. I don't know.
That's what it sounds like. Veggies first.
I only get good news.
Stop it.
Yeah.
Anyway, you let us know. Let us know which movie you're going to see first. Guys, let us know. Don't forget, check out our socials. You can always reach out to us there. Divide Live on Insta. That's what the kids are calling Instagram nowadays. Twitter, Facebook. Check out our YouTube Live on the Fox Sports Gambler page and also the Give Us a Shot Network page. You will hear conversations in between commercial breaks. When we're not done talking about a subject, you'll hear Mike and I a little behind the scenes. And then what you hear on the radio, guys, is a very cut down version of our actual show. So definitely hop over onto YouTube, leave us a comment, let us know. What do you want, Oppenheimer or Barbie?
Yeah. And if you're getting in and out of the car, we're on the Fox Sports, foxphl.com.
Oh, yeah.
Their website, and then also everywhere podcasts are. Just search The Divide Live. Dude, I want to share something because we talked about it. We brushed past it a little bit with the whole hot dog eating contest.
Yeah.
I can't tell you who, and I don't want to steal his thunder, but we do have somebody in our network that already is signed to do an eating challenge with a representative from the Guinness Book of World Records.
Eating what?
I'm not going to tell you that. That's his business to share. And when he shares it, it's going to be epic. And we're going to film it. We're going to live stream it. Hopefully he doesn't die.
It's someone in our network.
It's in our network.
Someone I've met personally.
Yes. Core 5 in the Give Us a Shot network.
What is germ eating?
It's not germ.
Stop it.
Stop. Yeah. No more. No mas. Live mas.
Uno mas.
No mas.
Oh, man. I'm going to get it out during the break. This is more of a reason to hop over to YouTube. I'm going to get it out of him during the break. Let's talk about the All-Star Boar, the major boring elephant in the room here. It's the whole reason we had a week off from our show. Right. It's the reason we had, well, other than us, we deserved it. That was the first week we took off in over a year. By
yeah, I know. But we were forced to.
We were,
Brace was like, yeah, we're gone. Jansen's in South Carolina. And
good for him. Jansen got on vacation.
Yeah, he did.
I feel like he never goes on vacation, man. I always think I work hard until it's like, no, Jansen's there. I'm like, Jansen's there. Jansen's always there.
They just slide a tray of food underneath the door.
Can I leave now? No.
Aaron Rodgers asked him how the dark room was.
He's the one that suggested it.
Yeah.
The All-Star break, the All-Star game. What a bore. And I understand that it's not going to mean anything. It hasn't for a few years now. They've taken the whole home field advantage thing out of it, which is good. I don't think an all-star game should decide that. However, my God, but you can say the same for all of them, right? Like, who actually watches the all-star game?
No. I bet the over on both teams. I think it was at 3.5. I know it was. And I also bet the Yerfie. Your boy Garrett Cole almost gave up 2 bombs. So I can't believe that didn't cash. But it was like plus 110. I was like, yeah, let's do it. And then, of course, the overs didn't hit either. So for the first time, the National League held on, won 3-2. I'm like, if the American League ties this up, it guarantees my overs on maybe both teams hitting.
Yeah, man.
So that was really what I went. I kind of treated it like the XFL when I was betting. Just root for points, root for runs scored. So that's what I tried to do. And unfortunately, it was a 3-2 ball game. National League won for the first time since it's been 700 years. So whatever, that Titanic lady, like that's how I felt.
It's been 70 years.
Yeah.
Or whatever it is.
Yeah. It's just nuts, man. I don't know. And then, move over to the Derby, bro.
Derby, bro?
Yeah.
Oh, my God. So there's no other. It sucks.
Yeah.
Rodriguez hits 41 bombs in the first round
against Pete Alonso.
In his home
stadium, which is kind of cool.
Can we have a heart to heart for a second?
Yeah.
This is what, 4 years in a row for Alonso?
Yeah.
No more.
He's won 2 out of 4.
No more.
I
let's
get that.
let's give the dream. He
Yeah.
caught some fire, went back to back.
Yeah.
Last year was very embarrassing for him. The same this year. Like, it's not as embarrassing as bets, but like Pete, you had your time.
Yeah.
You went back to back.
Yo, every pitch. His high school coach was painting the corners. He was like, I'm going to strike Pete out. I was like, yo, this guy is nuts. It was like, oh, man. Somebody freeze framed them all. And it's just every single one on the outside corner.
No,
Like,
man.
yeah,
He had money on Rodriguez. He didn't have money on Pete.
But once 41 was there, I would have been like, you know what? Like, let's not let him hurt himself. And that's the other thing. Watching these guys do this, and
It's exhausting.
it's rapid fire. Like, I almost want to say, like, hey, you got our attention back. Now let's readjust the rules again.
Mhm.
Just a little bit, nothing crazy, but you can't enjoy the home runs. Now, my favorite thing, and I don't want to say favorite thing because God forbid,
So
I don't.
kid get hit in the face? You're going to say that kid getting hit in the face was your favorite thing. You are. Oh my God.
Because
And I'm
it
the monster.
ends the
And I'm
era.
the monster.
That it's always scary, and hopefully he's not severely injured.
That kid should have put his hands
But,
up, man.
Yeah. But I also think about the baseball dads, like, way to stay in front of it. Like, that's my boy. Shake it off.
That kid got rocked.
I know.
bro. In the face. That kid. I'm a father now, so I
Yeah,
shouldn't
yeah,
laugh at a kid
right.
getting hurt because those, like,
But also, like,
we've been to games
yeah.
early enough to catch batting practice.
yeah.
Even when they're just like, you catch that with your bare hands, you got to get an X-ray the next day. Like, those things are screaming.
Yeah, we've had a home run champion on our pod tell us that those balls are absolutely juiced too.
Yeah.
So they're throwing ice balls to each other essentially.
And that poor kid's gonna
Yeah.
be eating soup the rest of his life.
Yo, I don't know. It looked like right in the eye.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. I didn't see any medical reports, so I'm guessing it's good. And
It would have been, if something bad,
Bad
it would have been
happened, they
all
would-
over the, or MLB would have swept it right under the rug.
oh my god, dum dum.
Dun, 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 dun.
Instead of that, we just have this.
Bless you. In
All right, so let's get to the meat and potatoes of the Derby. Rodriguez 41 in the first, but didn't make it past the second. Vlad Guerrero moved past them by one.
Yes.
Had one more home
Yeah.
run than he did, and then Vlad
Well,
Guerrero
once Vlad hit it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
again.
Yeah,
Yes, correct. And then Vlad ended up winning it all. First time father-son duo have been crowned champions in Major League Baseball. Did you catch ESPN's?
Called him Cuban.
Yep,
Since
yep.
Giannis
So if you
Cespedes.
guys are watching ESPN, it was second-born Cuban player, or
to
second
win,
to
which
win.
wouldn't make sense because then his
because
dad,
his won it. So
Right.
ESPN didn't know what they were
All
talking
over
about.
it.
Anyway,
Yeah.
for those of you that are unaware, Vlad Guerrero, born in Cuba. Vlad Guerrero Jr., born in Canada. He's a Canadian. So I guess he was born in Canada, as a
Yeah.
Canadian citizen.
Somebody told me he speaks French as well, so he speaks.
I would
Spanish and
believe
French,
that. I mean, growing
Yeah.
up in Canada,
which is great. Eh?
we.
Oui. Oh yeah.
I too speak a little French.
Oh.
Excuse me, un peu français. Fact check me. That's real. That's real, guys. But that's the most exciting part. And we go through this all the time. We make the same argument with the Pro Bowl. Get rid of the game. Just do the contest.
Yeah.
And you let players opt in if they want to hurt themselves, if they don't want to risk it, whatever. Same thing for hockey. Nobody cares about the game, especially for a sport like football or hockey, where it's a contact sport and
Mhm.
guys are just going to pull their punches and really kind of let up. That's not fun to watch. People watch for that hard nose, that competitive edge, and guys are going to be scared to get hurt during this All-Star. Just go with games.
Yeah.
And that's just as easy. It's not going to hurt anything.
No.
People bet on, I would almost argue that more people bet on the home run derby than the actual
course.
All-Star
Yeah.
game itself.
So,
So you're not hurting any books here.
yeah, Adley Rushman. I don't know if you saw what he did. He
I did
batted
not.
First ever person to bat from the left and the right.
Ooh.
And the funny part is he was asking other guys like, hey, his teammates and other players, like, hey, which side of the plate should I bat from? And like he ended up doing both. So it's pretty funny.
In the same
in
at
this-
bat.
Well, yeah, he called timeout and switched sides.
Huh.
So it's cool. I mean, he was out. He got eliminated that round, so you can say what you want about that. But it was kind of cool. But also, like, I had flashbacks of. So we had the cornhole tournament.
Correct.
Yeah, Todd punched me in the face. I
He
have it
did-
on video.
back of the head. Let's not exaggerate here, okay, buddy? It was the
Left
back
and
of
to
the head. All right.
But yeah, so we competed. My claim to fame now is in order to get it took an Olympian to eliminate my team from cornhole. So Josh and I were on a team, and while we're going through the tournament, Josh is a great guy. He filled in for your shoes, was awesome. Made a lot of great content with us. Love him. Great PC Richard and Son in person. So I was honored to play with him. Don't get me wrong. He was really bad. No, I'm just kidding. But he's a people pleaser. So he was like, I was like, dude, what side are you more comfortable on? And he's like, man, whatever. I'll make whatever happens. I'm like, what? I'm like, Josh, what side? Because the competitive Mike Powers comes out.
Of course.
The baseball Mike Powers. I'm like, what side do you want?
I can stand somewhere.
I was like, I can throw with both hands. Tell me a side that you want to throw from. And Todd's like, all right. So when it was we were announced in an elimination game against him, and I bet him a Samsung vacuum that we'd beat him, and he won. So, but he also plugged it for PC. So it's
I
cool.
saw that.
Yeah, I was like,
that was it. That was the bet.
Yeah,
a vacuum.
Well, I got something if it wasn't, but I can't disclose what that would have been. $1 million. No,
if only. We got to take a quick break, guys. Don't forget to hop over to YouTube to figure out what conversation ensues during the commercial break. Coming up, we got some arson judge news. Some breaking arson judge news, you guys. Stay with us. This is The Divide Live on Fox Sports The Gambler.
Give them a shot to do what? Give them a shot to do what?
Other thing I forgot to mention is that Nolan has everybody in the film is like, well, Nolan always has the third weekend in July for when he releases his films. I'm like, dude, you don't own the industry.
That's like there was always that 4th of July. That was a big day for movies back in the day. Like Independence Day.
I feel like Independence Day started that whole run.
Right.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
But
then it was Mars Attacks. No, I'm just kidding.
Attacks. Let's open up with some swing it and ding it.
Golf out and stuff. Yeah.
We'll open up with how you were just at the event and it was a good time, and we got another event coming up, and we'll do some we'll do some arson judge into some pinstripe ads. Excuse me, I'm just
Yankee
farting up a
purists
storm.
are so upset. Exclusive content for everybody listening right now.
Dude, seriously, just farting in my favorite chair.
All right, so we're gonna hit our back.
Yeah, dude, let's do it.
You're listening to The Divide right here on The Gambler.
And we are back, everybody. I was looking at the monitor, getting distracted. Divide Live, Fox Sports The Gambler. Let's jump in. So you had that awesome cornhole event.
Yeah, it was great.
For Field of Dreams. You got to hang out with Tad.
Right.
I can't just say Todd.
I don't know why you
Tad.
always do that. You don't do it in front of them, but when he listens,
No, you know why that movie guy was that's My Boy, the Adam Sandler, Andy Samberg one.
Yeah.
He called himself Todd Peterson, but they're like, what kind of name is that? Is it Tad Peterson?
Yeah.
So every time I hear the name Tad, I'm always like, Tad. But no, Todd, you were there with Mr. Frazier.
It's funny too because dude, the event was amazing. Shout outs to Vincent from Wings and Things, really glued everything together. But it was an absolute blast. And Todd texted me the next day. It was like, yo, man, that was an epic night. He was just still cracking up about our feud, and he was excited. We're over by the concession stand. He kicked me in the I think I can say ass.
So what you're telling me is Todd Frazier's a violent man.
Yeah, he very is. But no, it was fun. He was awesome. Jason from Brick PC Richard and Son came over. We knew a lot of mutual customers. Yeah, dude, it was a who's who of I felt like there wasn't anybody there that I didn't know or was connected to some way or somehow. But there was almost 40 teams, 39 teams. To give you an idea, the company said their biggest event so far is 50, 60. So for the first annual one to have that many players, and we raised about $9,000, I believe. So it was a great, fun night. Shout outs to Alexa of our our production team for helping cut up some film.
That's
Ty,
right.
Ty was at a family event. So you'll see that soon. But dude, it was awesome. Like I said, it was really, really cool.
Nice. And you said PC Richards sponsored, same
Yes.
sponsor we have of the show. Go ahead.
Mhm.
And we got another event
Yeah.
where PC Richard is also sponsoring. Coming up on Monday, the Swing It and Ding It.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Corey's
Corey's
gonna dust off his microphone to be there.
So I will be there.
Yes.
Definitely.
Allegedly.
To golf.
Yes.
First time I'll be swinging the club since
Right.
2 months.
Yeah.
I haven't been able to swing at all with my neck.
Mhm.
And you said that, are we really playing with Brace?
Yeah.
I know he was talking smack.
We are.
We
Yes.
are?
Yeah.
And has he swung the clubs?
No, and he was kind of trying to say, like, I don't think I'm gonna try to give it a go, but I think I'm gonna have to bow out. I was like, well, it's cool, man. I already talked to Jeff. We have an extra cart. Like, you could help us create some more content. So I wasn't giving him the 18 off, like, you know,
No, man.
because I know Jansen is running the Daily Ticket live from there from 2 to 4 with Sean Bernard, I believe. But yeah, we're not giving Brace. Brace is sticking with us. I don't care.
Good. I'm just happy that somebody else that also had a neck injury that has not swung the clubs is also going to try.
My neck
I'm
is killing me.
telling you, all that trash I talked
Mhm.
just came back to bite me in the butt. But I have a feeling I'm going to do pretty well.
Yeah, I got a feeling I'm going to do pretty well. So, like I said,
Eh.
at the Talarita Scholarship Foundation tournament, I was in Brace's foursome, and he'll never forget how bad I played.
Correct.
And I said, I think that's advantage us. And I came home that day, and I was like, that guy will never. I was like, I was so embarrassed and so bad. I didn't stick around they had a food truck with amazing sandwiches.
Yeah.
I ducked out. Like,
What?
I ducked out. I pulled a Corey. I left. I ducked out. I was by myself.
Is that what we're calling it now?
Yeah,
Pulled a
man.
Corey?
You're like, what time? 12? What time do we kick off? Like, all right, national anthem will be like 11:52.
I did that the last time we did the
you
Swing and Ding It
did. You
event
did.
too.
You just
I showed up in enough
Yeah.
time to get a couple of drinks and then hit the course.
Yeah. It was nuts. But yeah, you're known for that. And then you're like, yeah, you want to grab a sandwich and get out of here?
All right, listen. So should be fun. If you weren't able to get or be a part of that event, just mark your calendar for next year because this event's big.
Dude, it's
They said in the
huge.
directions, they were like, if this
Too
is
many
not
directions.
yeah,
You could
it's-
get
Oh my
lost.
god,
Yeah.
there's a bunch of holes, a bunch of contests,
Yeah.
and they said straight out, ready to play doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Just go out and have a good time, relax a little bit, drink a few
Yeah.
beers.
Moose needs to get hired from NASCAR. The amount of ads and advertisers he has. with this stuff.
Seriously,
Also, I'm worried because like Brace was like, we're gonna have a conversation with all the other ads and advertisers and what we have to. I was like, dude, there's so many, but it's great. It's so cool to see the Gambler and the iHeart Philadelphia media team just really use all their resources, including PC Richard and Son, and just some other great companies that you'll see in that post video. But yeah, it's gonna be a fun
it's
day.
gonna be a good time.
Yeah.
Let's go back to some sports news. We promised breaking Aaron Arson Judge news, and according to Aaron Boone's brother,
Yeah.
Brett Boone, we have some insider information. Mike, hit it.
And with that toe injury, we haven't seen him for a while. Do you think your brother will eventually get Aaron back in the lineup sometime this year?
I think so. And to be honest with you, you'd think I'd have some insight. I don't talk to Aaron. We talk, weekly. And once in a while, we'll talk baseball. He'll have a question, advice. He doesn't always take my advice. I think he should. He'd be smarter. His older brother still knows best. No, I'm kidding. But he's been tight-lipped on it. I haven't asked him about it. He hasn't said anything. I'm hearing some grumblings. He's going to be back right after the All-Star break, so we'll see if I'm right.
So just to confirm, your brother has not told you about the Judge situation, but someone has got in your ear to tell you that Judge could be back sooner rather than later after the All-Star break.
Honest Abe, yes. Aaron Boone, definitely not my source, and that's honest.
I can't. So listen, first of all, but no, don't get too excited. Cashman already said there's no way he's coming back after the All-Star break.
Right.
So they already poured cold water on it. However, what's going on with Brett? It went from we don't really talk about that stuff to we do talk, but he hasn't said anything, but I've heard grumblings. It was like I all over the place. And then Aaron's definitely not my source. So
Also,
after hearing all that, I believe that Aaron's definitely not your source, Brett. I don't think he is coming back, and I don't think Aaron would even. I don't think that shouldn't be talked about. Like if that was a family thing, like if I ran a professional team, my brothers were like, "Well, what do you think?" Like, well, we're not talking about business. Come on.
Boone wants Brett Boone, and I like him. I think he was a great baseball mind. I think both the Boones are.
But I think Brett was the better baseball player.
Yeah, because he had an
100%.
edge.
Yeah.
And he was
100%.
outed by Jose Canseco. But he was also
you know
quoted
what?
saying, "Shh, don't tell anyone." So I feel like he's got a mouth, man. Like I think his source was Aaron, and I just think he's here to mess things up, man.
No, I don't. First of all, Canseco. Let's get Canseco on the show.
Yeah,
Let's get him on the
Canseco,
show.
after he saw him
Canseco,
chiseled,
I'm gonna write a
Boone-
book and tell on everybody.
Boone said, "Shh, don't tell anyone." And Canseco gave him a playful punch in the arm and said, "Welcome to the club. Now you're one of us. Trust me, it's freaking sweet." Like, they're so funny.
Oh, my
man, take me
God.
back. That was an era.
You know, it was a steroid error across every
Yeah,
major
wrestling,
sport.
yeah,
Exactly.
Fair. It's
All the
just
way
baseball always is the punching bag for that.
It was everywhere. It was
Just
in
like-
boxing,
yeah.
wrestling. It was in football.
Yeah.
It was in American Gladiator. Like, dude, the late 80s, early 90s were the steroid. They call it the steroid era. Arnold Schwarzenegger. Like,
Yeah.
come on.
I sit in and help with the graphics me and Germ do for Swing and Ding It, and they're all upset because like the PGA and golf has just become this whole war zone for Saudi Arabia and Saudi money. You know, so they're like, why can't this be in baseball? I was like, dude, we already had one. Like, stop. Because, like, you know, like, I don't know, like every athlete in the 90s changed, right?
Correct.
Yeah. So it's nuts. But yeah, baseball always will have that cross the bear. And now I think with golf, it's the Saudi money. So
Speaking of
present.
money.
Yeah.
Great segue, by the way.
Yeah, great money.
Do the Yankees need more money?
Apparently they do.
Apparently
Who
they do.
doesn't need more money?
So,
Yeah, Mark Zuckerberg and what's his name about to fight for $100 million.
dude, I don't want to watch two nerds fight.
I don't know. Did
wanna
you see
do
Mark?
this- he's ripped.
Chiseled.
It's just
Steroids.
like,
Brett Boone. Welcome
look,
to the
man,
club.
here's my whole beef with that side of life.
Mhm.
The two of them have more money than I'll ever see.
Yeah.
And I've come to terms with that.
yeah.
But if you're going to be billionaires, can you just go do something that I don't have to know about? You can literally buy an island and just do whatever you want, and I'll never know. Why does it have to be this tit for tat? Like, let's just measure our things and let's do this. Let's like, dude, nobody. Just because you have a lot of money, not everybody wants to see what you're doing. Nobody cares about you, Elon Musk.
Yeah.
You're a fraud anyway.
You ever
Same
see-
thing with you, Zuckerberg. Nobody cares. You weren't in the secret super Harvard club, so you made your own. Like,
Yeah.
nobody cares. Some people care. I don't care.
Did you see that meme that's like, imagine if you're in a simulation and it's you versus Elon Musk right now? Like, you wake up after all this and you're just like, I was on the radio for an hour a week.
Oh
Like,
my
he's like-
god. I just
It's like, yeah, I was in outer space. How'd you do?
getting out of control. I going back to this pinstripe ad thing. So if you haven't heard, the Yankees have decided to sell a small shoulder patch on their pinstripes for an advertisement. I forget what even the advertisement is. It's Star Insurance. That's what it is.
Right.
Because we've all heard of Star
They need
Insurance.
Star
before.
Insurance.
Like,
Like, they
yeah,
have a-
seriously.
And it's weird because they were with MetLife for years, and that was so annoying to me. Like, why would MetLife? It's Met. You know, why would they not be partnered with the Met? You know?
Yeah, I
don't know.
don't know, but these baseball, we'll just say baseball. I don't want to say purists.
Yankee purist.
Yankee pure. They're losing their minds, man.
Yeah, they're not happy.
You're hollowed. You've hollowed the pinstripes.
Yeah.
The pinstripe. Dude, I love the Yankee uniform. Don't get me
Mhm.
wrong. When you buy an official Yankee jersey in the store and you can wear it like one of the players, well, guess what? It's not going to have the Star Insurance ad on it.
Yeah.
Your jersey that you wear will be free of any ad.
But yo, look at soccer, the biggest sport in the world. And like literally, like Byron is T-Mobile.
Yeah.
Like Peyton's like, you like T-Mobile because that's your cell phone service. I was like, no, I like Byron because I'm German. Like,
Dude,
you know?
It's just to lose your mind about that. Now, I'll say that I'm not a fan of it, of any advertising for hockey. I know they're on the helmets.
Yeah.
We are becoming this whole everybody makes a joke of being like NASCAR, where like Ricky Bobby, where you sold space on the windshield and stuff.
Yeah.
Like I think especially now where over the computer, like if you've watched hockey on the ice, they have ads that's they're not really on the ice. They're just
Like
put
green
there for
screens or
TV, almost
whatever.
like green
Yeah.
screen. Exactly.
Yeah.
And they can change. And I think the same goes for baseball behind
has
home
it.
plate. And
Behind
I
the
want to say
pitchers
they're
now.
not even there anymore. Behind the pitchers.
Some teams really have it there.
And some
teams
don't.
Yeah.
So there's a million other ways to advertise than on the actual jersey themselves. So I'm not a fan of it, but I also don't care enough to be outraged about it.
Also, if I'm the advertiser, I want it on every official game jersey. Like, so if the fans buy it, I want that jersey thing on it, and I think that's going to happen.
I don't think so.
No, not for the
I don't
Yankees.
think so.
Are
I
they
don't
gonna
think
put
for
the-
any team. I don't.
They're going to
I
put the
don't think-
names on the back for the Yankees.
No,
You ever
let's not
see
get
those?
crazy.
Like
Let's not get
Gito?
crazy. I hate that. That's the one thing I'm a purist of. If you're gonna buy, like, I got my official game jersey, I'm like, turn it around then, dude. And if it's got the last name on the back, then it's not an official jersey.
Yeah.
Like that's like my one pet peeve. I don't, for a Yankee uniform, if you're gonna buy an actual jersey, no, dude, I get it. Not everybody has the authentic money because those things are expensive, but I don't do my official jersey. It's like it says judge on the back, dude. It's not official.
Yeah.
But I'm not. I don't care about the patch. I want my team to win. We're second to last, right? I mean, what are the standings right now? We didn't even do that at the top of the hour, and we're gonna have to do standings and projections and how baseball's back tonight. Coming up after the break because we're running a little bit long. So after the break, guys, we're going to talk about some MVP odds for playoffs for our local teams. We'll talk a little bit of gambling along with the MLB current standings and who we open up against. Phillies, a nice little home opener against, I believe, San Diego. We're going to get into that. Stay with us, guys. Divide Live on Fox Sports The Gambler.
Give them a shot to do what?
With the jersey talk, though, I was thinking if I'm the advertiser, like it's not enough for it to just be. And then also, the rules too. It's got to like, so if you're a switch hitter, you're supposed to, and you're going to bat from the other side, you're supposed to switch your jersey. So like, then my argument is like, just put a patch on each side. Like it's, yeah, because they want it front and center. So they're paying premium dollar to put it on there.
Yeah, that's insane.
Yeah, and I, New York Presbyterian, I love that hospital. Actually, my dad worked there. They did amazing work during 9/11. I know that because we would have to take my dad to the bridge, and then the police would take him into the city, and just all the stories he could share from working at that hospital during that time is pretty amazing. So, yeah, that's.
But who New York Presbyterian
does the Mets?
Oh, the Mets.
So I like it. But then also, like, there was an uproar when they had a patch because it was red and white and it was Phillies colors, but really it's like first aid colors, so it was actually, it was white and red lettering. So they had to change it. So now it's like blue and orange. So they had to like restructure the deal or whatever. And personally, I was like, if you look at the Mets record, ever since they switched the blue from red, they're abysmal. Like,
really?
So, yeah, they were actually way better with the red and white. So,
oh God,
that's karma.
Karma.
Yeah.
Right.
Let's play the ball! Let's play the ball! Yeah!
You're listening to The Divide right here on The Gambler.
And we are back, guys. Final stretch, Divide Live. Again, hit us up on our socials, Divide Live on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. Hop on over to YouTube. Give us a shot, network YouTube page or Fox Sports The Gambler network page. Let's talk some baseball standings. We're coming off of what seems, dude, I know it was only a week. It seems like a month.
Dude, even
of
that
no baseball.
cornhole event feels like a month ago. It's been tough. One more shout out with PC Richard and Son, middle of a heat wave. So all those employees are working their butts off right now.
Oh yeah.
Bringing things out to cars and just, hopefully making a bunch of customers for life because their inventory is still going strong. So a lot of these other stores right now were like 5, 6, 7, 8 days, almost 2 weeks actually into 90-degree plus heat, and it's not going down at night. So when you wake up in the morning, it's already hot out. Yeah, if you need an air conditioner, they got every size in stock. So check them out.
Not even
PC
just
Richard and
AC,
Son.
just
Are you on? No.
I thought I was waiting for the button. Everything. I think it was like last week or 2 weeks ago. My neighbor needed a washer. And I was like, dude, call
that was
PC
great.
Richard. I
That
think
was
he got it
great.
like 3 days later. They delivered it and hooked it
That's
up.
pretty awesome. Yeah.
Let's get into MLB standings here. Phillies, same spot. Third in the NL East. Mets are right below. Phillies, you guys open up against that's right, San Diego Padres tonight, tomorrow, and Sunday. That should be a good matchup. And you guys should all be well rested. Got the 1:00 games on the weekends too, Philly. Good for you. And then you got a day off and you go, you host the Brewers. So you got a nice little 6-game stint here that can really go in your favor.
It's funny because I was like, fresh start to the season for the Mets. Let's go. Who are we facing? The Dodgers. Like, I'm like, are you kidding me?
How are you? But you're
ESPN did their report card. Verlander's starting today for them. And I'm laughing because you got an F-. I was like, geez Louise.
Yeah, but you know what? The Dodgers don't scare me.
Mm-hmm.
They don't. And their away record is they're 500 away right now. So it's really anybody. I hate to say it, but it's anybody's matchup, right? For both you and the Phillies, the Mets and the Phillies.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be scared by anything. Now, I mean, the Phillies have a more desirable match. I think they're 18 there, so they're below 500. The Padres when they have to come over to the East Coast. So I don't know. For all we know, they've been over here the last couple of days and are adjusted. I hate to think they didn't fly out yesterday.
Yeah, I feel like anybody is going to be jet lagged if they were, regardless. Half your team's going to have been either on an island or at home.
Right.
You know,
like, what were you really doing? You weren't in the swing of things.
Right.
So we'll see. It might be rough for both teams, but I would. You got Verlander starting tonight, right?
Mm-hmm.
I would put money on the Mets all day. Verlander on some rest.
I'm laughing because, foul territory, they talked about it. Todd talked about it at the outing. Being the ambassador and then also being in the Derby and just having because when he won the Derby, it was in Cincinnati Reds, right?
Correct.
And it was in Cincinnati, so he was the ambassador. He was everything, and then he actually had to play in the game as well. So he was exhausted. So like it felt like he said the first 3-4 games he slumped. So all these home run derby guys, I'm gonna put
they always do.
On all the unders on their
typically
hits
always do.
Yeah, hits and run production.
They end up tweaking their swing slightly.
Yeah.
To try to knock these balls into high heaven, and they end up not hitting a home run for like a solid week afterwards.
J-Rod's got to definitely be tired, so
41.
Yeah, I get that, but also being an ambassador, probably hosting, a lot of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I definitely, I'm going to take the under on his hits and runs and any metric I could under on him, I'm going to do this week for sure.
It's going to be tough. And Phillies, I mean, you got the Padres, you got Darvish versus Sanchez. I'm still going Phillies here. You Darvish's ERA is
it's
frighteningly high this year. It's just he hasn't showed anything that's scaring people. So I think if the Philly bats can come through like they've been before, I mean, I don't see why they can't take the series. I'm not saying sweep. Yeah. But they can definitely take the series. Go over to the AL. The Yankees are still sitting towards the bottom.
Right. What do you think their World Series odds of them winning the World Series?
What are the odds at right now?
Yeah.
They're probably still like what, like plus 400?
No, they're like plus 8,000. 4,000.
4,000. The Yankees 4,000.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, for World Series.
Plus 1,800. Plus 1,800.
For World Series or playoffs?
Yeah, to win the World Series.
Oh, World Series. I'm sorry. I was thinking playoffs. All right. That's
not
1,800.
1,800 is not. That's just. I mean, the Phillies are plus 2,000. I like that bet better.
I think the Phillies are in a better spot, especially to get some sort of wild card. Wild card race is going to be tough this year, dude. I mean, it's early to look at that already, but I mean, it's going to make the difference. Like the Yankees right now are competing for a wild card spot. Right. I don't care. I know Phillies that they're 9 games behind, and it's just you're not going to convince me otherwise. And I'm not saying that just because Judge isn't in the lineup. I just think at this point with the games left, that should be their goal.
Yeah. Also, Shohei Ohtani plus 100 to be the home run leader of the year. So I think I would take the field, man. I would take the next 6 guys and put a little money on them. Matt Olson at plus 200, Pete Alonso at plus 600, Mookie Betts at plus 1,300, and Kyle Schwarber at plus 2,000. I would take all 5 of them, put the same amount of money that I would have put on a plus 100 Ohtani.
Yeah, how are they even doing that? So
No,
Otani
it's all
only
DraftKings.
he's got 3 more home runs than Olsen right now.
Yeah.
And he's plus what?
Plus only 100. So you could
What's Olsen at?
plus 200.
All right. That
So
makes
the
sense.
odd, yeah.
All right. Yeah, you got Otani, Olsen, Betts, and Alonso.
Mhm.
And then Betts and Alonso are tied at 26 right now.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I see Pete dropping off a little bit. I also see Mookie dropping off a little bit.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Can Shohei hold? No, there's no way.
I'm trying to find a reasonable World Series winner. Like that's like, all right, that makes sense. Is it the Rays? No.
I am always like, it's like betting.
Baltimore?
It's like betting the Patriots when they had that undefeated season. You know what I mean? Like they should win. There's no reason. They've been a favorite. They've been strong all year. But there's just something about
I just think
betting a first place team like that to win it. Because when does it ever happen?
it does.
You know, that's what I'm saying. Like
that,
you always think it's a safe bet, but it never happens.
It never does. Yeah.
It does. Guys, get on social media. Tell us what you really think, who your bets are, if you take the field, if you're going to take anybody to win the World Series. I got to be honest with you, man. I don't know about World Series, but people have to worry about the Guardians and the Twins because if those two teams one of those two teams will definitely end up getting a playoff spot. But if both of those two teams get a playoff spot, they're coming for whoever's on top. These are young ball clubs, and that's what really matters. You got a young ball club in September, October that can really go the distance and not be tired. I mean, come on, guys. Let's think about this for real. And I think it's time to start seriously talking about the Texas Rangers.
Yeah.
You know, all this disbelief for the first half of the season. On paper, we don't know where these guys are coming from, but they've proven themselves. I mean, let's face facts here. They're not going anywhere. They're continuing to play good baseball. I think it's time to really start taking them serious. World Series bound? I don't know, but they're making a good argument for it.
Yeah, no, I totally agree with you. I think there's a lot of guys that are out there. I mean, the Reds look hot. Plus 5,000.
I was just going to moving over to the NL, the Reds, even the Brewers, 2 teams that you really, I don't know. And then Arizona. Arizona's playing good ball too. If all of these continue, like what's Arizona at win the World Series?
Arizona. Plus 2,800. I'd rather take the Reds. I'd rather take the Mariners.
What were the Reds at?
Plus 5,000. And I think they have the right remedy. They've been on fire. They keep that up. It's going to be nuts, you know? And like, I don't know. I think that's value. That's value and a half, you know, $5 on the Reds right now and pays out like $255.
I mean, their genetic makeup is both teams are very similar.
Yeah. I don't hate either one. I mean, yeah, they're young and for heck talented, you know? I was afraid I was going to curse. So I went, gosh darn it.
It's been a while since one of us have cursed on air.
Yeah, that's good.
It's been crazy. Anyway, we could do this all day, guys. We're not going to bore you. Next week, we will be back. Very special Divide episode next week.
No. Really?
Well,
it's your birthday.
It's my birthday.
I'm going to a Yankee game on your birthday.
I know, dude. You told
courtesies of JBL.
Yeah. Oh my God. Mike hit me with the news that he was invited to go to like a box suite next Friday.
Can't wait.
So
we're going to record.
We're still going to record because you're going to go to a Yankee game. I'm going to go see probably Oppenheimer first and then Barbie. That's what I'm going to do. All right, guys. Have a good week. We will be back. Take it easy. It's Divide Live on Fox Sports The Gambler.